Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is the brothers of Baktazadaq coming back with another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So I'd like to start off by giving our honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Acha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. All right. So this lesson is entitled Jacob's Trouble, the Greater Depression. All right. So we have a short video here we're going to watch, and I'm going to comment, stop here and there, bring out precepts, and Lord willing, this will be edifying. And again, fair use, fair use. This is not my video. I'm using it for learning purposes. Okay, fair use, fair use. Disclaimer. All right. So basically, this video is really what going to explain what were the causes of the Great Depression that happened in 1929, 1929 to 1932, and how Jacob's trouble is a time that is not going to compare, not to be compared with any other time. Okay, as it says in Daniel 12 and 1. I'm not gonna get it, but yeah. So I'm gonna play the video, and then we're gonna matter of fact, just to bring that point, because what happened during the Great Depression was a horrible time, a time that shook up the world, just as it happened in 2020 with the pandemic. Okay, but now that we know that the Lord is gonna do greater evils, the Lord is gonna send greater plagues, the Lord is gonna send greater pestilence. Okay, that's gonna shake up not only the economy but the world itself. Okay, so let me bring out that precept just because I brought it out, just because I mentioned it. Okay, real quick. And it reads Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, Michael the archangel, the great prince, withstand it for the children of thy people, the Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. And the Israelites scattered all over the world throughout these nations that we've been scattered. Okay. And there shall be a time of trouble, not a time of peace. It says a time of trouble, not a time of mirth, not a time of good times. Okay. Not a time of partying. Okay, not a time of living your best life. There's a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, so you've never seen a time like this. Imagine your worst movie, Saw, uh, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, whatever. Okay, those movies have nothing compared to the reality of Jacob's trouble, the atrocity that is going to happen, man. You'll see the evil, let's say the evil of I use these words loosely, the evil of humanity. Okay, how these people are gonna turn, like, become beasts. It says the love of many shall wax cold, man. And you'll see it because iniquity shall abound, man. That's why, because there's gonna be so much evil, people will have no other choice but to turn to the dark side. Okay, except those that fear Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, they're still gonna walk in the light compared to all these people, man. So it says here, such a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Okay, not all people, thy people, and the elect in particular, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay, so that's the time that we're going into. So again, the Great Depression is not to be compared with Jacob's trouble, but for uh, for imagination's sake, okay, we need to I'll bring out what was going on during that time, during the Great Depression, so people understand what we're going to face, something greater than that event. All right, so let's get it.
The Great Depression sent millions into poverty, resulted in breadlines, bank runs, and otherwise the collapse of the global economy. It's almost been 100 years since this catastrophic event, so what caused it? Well, economists can't really agree, and it could happen again.
Yeah, it's a lot. It can happen, but it will happen and must happen for prophecy's sake. That is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as it says in Second Ezra 15. Due to because of the iniquities that are being portrayed in the world, I will send the evils. Okay, because of the wickedness that's being done in the earth, man. And again, Sodom and Gomorrah was an example unto those that live ungodly. And now all the earth is following after the vibration of Isa Edom, aka Satan. Okay, everyone's following his vibration. All right, and now the whole earth needs a cleansing, needs a reset, needs a new management. All right, that's why the Lord is sending all these evils upon the earth to refresh the earth. Okay, and to establish the righteous in their righteous position, in their right position.
The Great Depression was the most severe and longest economic downturn in modern history. Lasting from 1929 to 1939, the Depression wasn't just a downturn for the United States, it permeated throughout the entire world's economy.
Yeah, and again, Jacob's trouble is also going to be a time of distress, a time of hardship, a time of sorrow, a time of gloominess and darkness for the whole world.
It caused massive unemployment, spiking to 25%, incredible declines in prices through deflation, bank runs, and high poverty and homelessness. While it was a global depression, during the Great Depression, the US experienced its effects worse than any other country.
You see, and that's by design, by the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, because again, Babylon the Great, the will of the Lord is to destroy it with nuclear fire, ultimately obliterate it, okay, eradicate from the face of the earth Babylon the Great, okay, to destroy that whore, man, okay. That one time that she gets ravished is gonna be by 1,000 missiles, okay. You see, and there's not gonna be anything left but evil spirits and birds, foul birds, man. Okay, it's gonna be a complete desert after the impact of those missiles, man. So anyone that's left on ground zero in that day, they're gonna be destroyed. Okay, that's what's awaiting them. Okay, death by nuclear missile.
US GDP fell by 30% and industrial production fell by nearly 50%. To put this in perspective to something most viewers of this video are likely aware of, the recession of 2007 to 2009 only had a GDP decline of 4.3% and unemployment only rose to less than 10%. Based on these figures, the Great Depression was a GDP decline of 6x of the Great Recession of 07 to 09 and an unemployment increase of 1.5x.
So now imagine in the time of Jacob's trouble. It already tells you. Let me bring it out. Let me bring it out. I'll start at 1. So like uh, Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves. Okay, and that's the keepers and the strong man that represents the keepers, meaning the elites of this world. Okay, the wicked elites. Okay, because they know that their kingdom is at an end. That's why they're gonna tremble, knowing that their time they're on the clock. Okay, and their rulership, their time and power is counted. Okay, and it's almost at its end. Okay, and the strong man representing your 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 army people, okay, your strong men, your valiant men, they shall bow themselves because they're not going to be able to withstand those days. It says the mighty man shall be as women in those days, man. Okay, and it says what the grinders cease because they are few. Okay, the grinders are going to cease. Why? Because the grinders goes into the workers. They're going to cease because there's not going to be any more jobs, man. Okay, the economy is going to be so bad there's not going to be any more job. And already before that time, it says because there are few. Okay, jobs, people are being replaced uh, by AI. Okay, by robots. Okay, robots are taking over the workforce. Okay, so now a lot of people are now unemployed, or they're having a hard time finding a job, not only because of technology but also because all these people that have those degrees. Okay, everyone has a degree now. Okay, so there's a lot more competition in the workforce. Okay, so that's why the grinding will cease, man. And it says here, in those days, so like, and those that look out the window, and those that look out the windows be darkened because there's no light. Okay, there's no good times coming, as it says in Ezekiel 7, I believe. and evil and only evil behold is come. Okay, you see. So the evil, in the future, is reserving evil for this, for the people of the world. Okay, those that inspired to build here. Okay, there's no future in this wicked kingdom because it's coming to an end. Okay, verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughter of music shall be brought low. So that's the time that we're coming into, man. Okay, the time of evil, man. So there's not gonna is and again, so all these people that won't have job, all they what are they gonna do? They're gonna resort to evil. Okay, they're gonna resort to doing wickedness. Why? Because they have nothing. Their job was the one thing keeping their sanity in check. Okay, the reason why everything is running smoothly at this point is because people can go to work, and they don't have time to do wickedness, right? Or they don't have as much time to, as it says, an idle mind is the devil's playground. So imagine when these people don't have anything to do, man. That's why they're gonna be doing evil. They're gonna riot. They're gonna steal, rob, okay, commit all sorts of iniquities. Okay, and evils are gonna multiply on the earth even more than now. Okay, so going back to the video.
Great Depression was, well, a great depression.
And Jacob's trouble is going to be a greater depression. All right, people don't know what to expect. Only the those that are watching are preparing themselves for the times to come, and that's why we're going to be stable in those days, because we're expecting it. These are the people they're going to be through, man.
Except that it wasn't very great. It was more depression. But, well, you get the point. So, what caused this massive event? Economists haven't really come to a consensus. Generally speaking, though, scholars agree on four main causes: the stock market, banking panics, the Federal Reserve, and the gold standard.
And again, that's just to show you how fragile this economy is, and how much more now in these days, man. Especially in the time of Jacob's trouble, when uh, well, I'm gonna keep I'll finish this video and then I'll bring out the precepts for time's sake. Okay, but again, that's just the things that he's gonna go into will prove that even now these people are not. We're seeing the effects of those things now. We just not too long ago, I believe it was last week, Japan had a stock market crash. Okay, similar to Black Monday, as they said. I believe they quoted it Black Monday. Okay, you see, and the economy is not doing so great. The U.S. owes a lot more money than they did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, right? And it keeps going up. Their debt keeps going up. Okay, at one point, these devils are gonna go from uh this current economy system to a digital economic system. All right, they're gonna do away with the FRN notes. Okay, and they're gonna install a CBDC. So like they're gonna install a technocracy. Okay, a system based off technology. Okay, where you're gonna have to be connected to the internet of to the internet of things. Okay, so you'll be able to buy or sell. That goes into having the MOTB. Okay, the mark of the beast within your body. Okay, having that micro C hip. Okay, you're gonna have to be hip with the system, man. All right, to be able to buy or sell, to be a part of the system, or else you're gonna be excommunicated. You won't be able to pay your rent. You won't be able to pay for food and pay for groceries, pay for activities. You won't be able to maneuver in this society. Okay, that's what they're going into, man.
First, the stock market in years prior had risen to never before seen levels and had become financed heavily on debt known as margin. People took out debt to buy stocks purely because they thought the market would always go up. What this meant is that once prices started to
You see, and again, it took them by surprise, man. That's how the Lord works, man. Okay, so these people, they started investing. They used to take loans to pay off their debt. That they used to take loans to invest, not knowing that later on the stock prices would go down, and that would cause their investment to go down. Okay, so the money that you put in, you get out less than what you put in, so it puts you in more of a deficit than what you went in. Okay, unless you were smart and took your money out before everything, all the prices dropped. All right.
To fall a little in 1929, shares on margin started getting liquidated, sold to satisfy the debt, and so on, leading to total stock market collapse. In a 2-month period in 1929, stocks had fallen 33%. Confidence in the market was gone.
Yeah, like I said, recently Japan had a similar event, the the Black Monday, right?
On, and with it went consumer spending and any other investment opportunity. To follow this, in the early 1930s, there were several banking panics and continuing contractions in GDP and production. These banking panics consisted of customers worried that the banks didn't actually have the cash to back up people's deposits, making them worried that the money they thought they had wasn't actually there. By 1933, this uncertainty around banking meant that 20% of all banks in existence just 3 years prior had already failed. It was so bad that in the US, FDR actually shut down all banks for 4 days so they could prove that they were solvent or had enough money to the US government. Again, these failures tanked consumer confidence, and no bank was willing to lend money to investors. At this time, the Federal Reserve was also raising interest rates.
So you see, even now we're having a lot of banks closing, a lot of banks, um, will eventually shut down, man. We have all these things are coming to pass, man, little by little. Okay, these are things that we're seeing happen, but it's gonna go on a greater scale. More and more and more evils are gonna increase, man. Okay, until it's too late. We're already at the point of no return, man. With these wars and rumors of war, we are already in the period where Yahweh Shai is preparing his visitation on the earth, man. All right, so don't be surprised at these things happening, man. Those things happen, and nothing is new under the sun, man. These things happen in the past, but now this is the climax of those evils, man. The Lord is preparing for is preparing himself for the curtain close. Okay, when those and this kingdom is gonna go out with a bang. Okay, as it says, thus with violence will Babylon be destroyed. Okay, the Lord is preparing the final curtain to close. Okay, with a bang, man. All right, and those are those evils and those judgment that the Lord is preparing for the earth, man.
Making borrowing money more expensive. They were doing this to maintain the gold standard, the standard that meant that every US dollar had to be backed by gold held in US reserves. As the interest rates reduced the supply of money, again, people stopped spending. The gold standard caused foreign trade imbalances too, causing a back and forth cycle of foreign banks raising interest rates, causing greater unemployment, causing lesser output, and so on. It was a death spiral. While experts don't really agree on the exact cause of the Great Depression, other than sort of these 4 general ideas, experts also don't agree on how we managed to recover from the Great Depression. Countries like England abandoned the gold standard in 1931, giving them a fairly quick recovery in comparison to other countries.
And again, it tells you Babylon will not be healed. This system will not be healed. There is no way that you can improve or get better, man. This kingdom is circling the drain, man. All right. Like I said, we are at the end of this wicked kingdom, but again, Jacob's trouble is really gonna be uh the final curtain call of this wicked kingdom, man. And we just have to endure regardless, even if we have to put our life down. We know that that's the end. Okay, and if we are to die, we're coming back regardless. Okay, so keep on fighting and keep resisting and keep striving for the truth, and the Lord will fight for us, man. All right, that's what we're fighting for. That's our hope. Okay, so we're not losing anything, man. Okay, we just have to keep on pushing and endure until the end.
The US also devalued its currency in 1933, but again, we didn't exit until 1939. Legislation like the New Deal in the US and increased defense spending for World War II and social programs played a huge role in increasing consumer spending and ultimately probably pulling the world out of the largest economic crash in history. So, what did cause the Great Depression? Unfortunately, it was fairly standard events. Events that could happen again even in modern economies. Since the Great Depression wasn't set off by some great event, it still stands as an ominous bit of history, constantly making investors and economists wonder whether history will ever repeat.
It must and it shall. All right. So let's go into it. Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. Okay. And there's going to be more and more evident in the days to come. As it says in Isaiah 13 and 7. Isaiah 13 and 17. Salakia. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So even those troops, when they come in Babylon, or what's going on in Ukraine, okay, because the Medes are there, these are the Russians, okay. So the Russians in Ukraine, they don't care if you have money, they don't care if you can buy your way out, man. They're coming for blood, okay. And how much more when they're here in the U.S., man, okay. You see, and not even them, not only them, the world has their eyes on the U.S. for all the wickedness that they've been doing, man. Because it says what they've been ruling with vicious intent, roughly paraphrasing in Isaiah 14. Actually, let me get it. Let me get it quickly because I'm here. It says here, uh, Isaiah 14:5, the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler, who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, who ruled the nation in anger, is persecuted and none hinder it. All right. So again, Esau Edom, ruling from Babylon the Great, has persecuted the whole earth, man. Okay, ruled over the nations in anger with okay. He smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke by those uh decrees, wicked decrees, their philosophies that they're pushing down people's throat. Okay, the wicked wine. Okay, that made the nations drunk. Okay, so people are getting tired of the Americas. Okay, they're getting tired of that whore, man, and they're gonna get her and they're gonna get her killed, man. Okay, eventually, and as it says, none hinder it. They're all gonna allow they're all going to consent for the destruction of Babylon, man, because it must happen. It must be. Okay. It says here in Ezekiel 7 and 17, all hands shall be feeble and all knees shall be weak as water in that day, man. Okay. Unless you have the truth, you're not going to be stable, man. These people are going to be weak. Okay. You're going to see it in their eyes, man. They like seeing someone that doesn't know what to do in a situation of life and death where any decisions can lead you to your demise. These people are not know they're not gonna know how to move, how to maneuver in that day, man. Okay, unless you have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures, they're walking in faith, and Yahweh Bashim Yashai is with you. You're not gonna be able to stand in that day, man. Okay, so it says here, verse 18, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and all their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. Okay, and that's why when they understand it, even now, as I said, they're gonna do away with money. They're gonna do away with the monopoly money, man, with the paper currency. Okay, they're gonna do away with such a thing, man. Okay, so that being said, even with the MOTB, even with their credit, their good credit score, it won't be able to deliver them from the evils that the Lord is gonna bring, man. Okay, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity, because they refuse to hearken unto the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. They must learn after death by pain. Okay, they will have to suffer for their ignorance, as it says that the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. right? That's what's awaiting these people that trust in this wicked system. Okay, woe unto them that put their trust in Egypt. Okay, in this broken reed, because it shall pierce them. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be hurt for trusting in men rather than Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's basically it, man. All right, this society is coming to an end. Jacob's trouble is going to be a greater depression than the Great Depression itself. Okay, and these people are now ready for such a thing, man. Okay, homelessness. Okay, unemployment. Okay, the love of many waxing cold, friends fighting one another as enemies. Okay, evils and only evils, man. Okay, unless you have the Lord fighting with you, you're not gonna be protected in those days, and you're just gonna be left to fend for yourself, man. All right. So that being said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Okay, we're preparing ourselves for evil, man. But after the evil, we know that there's a great glory waiting for those that overcome, man. So Lord willing, we pray that we're a part of that number. Okay. So that being said, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Lord willing, this was edifying.